Hi, I'm Casey Briggs, a reporter and a data analyst at the ABC. I apologize, I don't have any slides. I've just landed back in the country after about a month overseas, and so I'm just going to talk off the cuff a little bit. But this has been such a great project for us at the ABC, a part of. It's so relevant to the online experiences of so many Australians. It touches on um, the health of our democracy. And it's been a really unique partnership for the ABC to be a part of in this way that, a number of colleagues on the and speakers earlier have very generously credited me and the ABC with pieces of work. But I think that really just goes to show how this is a project that has really seen the research community and the sort of public interest journalism practitioners at the ABC been able to feed into each other and offer each other insights and contribute in sort of the pursuit of better understanding this sort of digital world that um, we're examining here. So um, the ABC sort of got first involved, apologies, first involved in this project through the lens of political advertising. It was part of a project during the last federal election campaign, which we call the Hidden Campaign, where we're really trying to understand, the election campaign that happens away from the cameras, the dark campaign. And this was an obvious project for us to get involved with there. And it became one of, many pieces of monitoring of election campaign activity that was happening below the surface. And it helped really inform a lot of coverage through the campaign. We saw that a lot of our audience was also very interested in this project, as judged by the sort of signups that were seen by the project once we started reporting on what we were finding and the kinds of tools that were available there. People are interested in seeing better how they're being targeted, the kinds of ads and the sequences that they're being exposed to. And so the tool itself, as the Ad Observatory tool, the browser extension itself, as a sort of piece of empowerment for people, has really proven to be a really great tool for everyone, not just the partners and the sort of people answering research questions. But from the election, we then really it became clear how powerful the data set of ads were that was being collected were, and so my interest sort of then turned from the political into some of the other questions that we've been touching on through this webinar. And I guess the focus of my reporting to date, and I hope there's more of it to come, but the focus to date has been around questions of consumer protection, who takes responsibility for some of the deceptive conduct and some of the sort of misleading advertising that we can find examples of within the Ad Observatory data set, and kind of broadly how the sort of set of advertising regulations and rules and laws that were written in an old world, with other media and communication platforms in mind, how it's really struggling to adapt to what we're seeing on some of these social platforms. And it's really helped us get a better picture and share that better picture with all Australians as to how this works. Every user of social platforms, is affected by the decisions that platforms make about how to serve advertising, digital advertising to those users. I think people have an intuitive understanding that algorithmic decision making plays a hand in the ads that they see, but as this project has shown, there's a lot of complexity and mystery to it. And as we've learned from the work that's already been published, some misconceptions around how those algorithms work as well. So it's, I guess, from my perspective, been a really refreshing partnership where we've been able to work together and support each other in a healthy way while also maintaining the academic independence and the editorial independence of the ABC, and add to the conversation around how digital platforms work, in a world where there is a lot of commentary about these platforms on digital spaces, a lot of it perhaps well-intentioned, but sometimes misinformed. And it's been really good to put some empirical data and case studies based on, real observations out there. And just to touch on two very quick examples that have already been talked about, but we've been able to find, as Cesar was talking about, in the gambling space, real examples of where advertising rules and regulations and Meta's own advertising policies seem to not cope or not be able to handle examples of illegal advertising on Facebook, a space where that really does have an impact on the consumer. We know there are people falling victim to some of these online illegal casinos, and it's been really good to pull apart the anatomy of how they work, so that we can inform people and that people can be armed to with the knowledge to support themselves and their relatives and friends if they see um, them falling victim to some of these shady operators. And then the scam space has been really, I think Mark and I have developed an unhealthy obsession with some of those celebrity scam ads, and being able to find examples of verified Facebook pages in the Ad Observatory data set that had been hijacked by scammers. So we found ads from the official DoorDash page, an official Paddington movie page, the Ethiopian Airlines Facebook page, all of which had been hijacked by scammers. Being able to find those and show how that works to the public, and show the tricks that are used to sort of help people understand how these scams can work, I think is a really useful piece of public interest journalism. So lots of important research questions that all have a real world impact, and so it's been really great to sort of be able to partner with, facilitate and contribute to some of that research, but also share it with a broad mainstream audience, because I think it's all important to all Australians.